Okay, record.
Ah, yeah, that's okay, yeah.
Did you say that you crush this chia seed before you mix it?
For the chia seed? No, because that is too small. We don't need to do anything. Only the flax seed we need to crush it out because it's very sticky, and our stomach cannot crush it because it's very sticky and it's very hard. Even though when we chew it, it's really sticky. It sticks to our teeth, and it almost slightly. It cannot stay at one place.
So you crush that?
Yeah, we crush that one, but not longer than only more than a week.
You can buy it already crushed as powder.
No, no good, because when you buy it free crushed, it's already for more than a week already, so it be oxidized already. So better than we buy the whole seed and then we crush at home. If we don't have the machine, we use a motor.
And can you soak that? Is that another way of making it easy to digest? Can you soak the flaxseed as an alternative?
No, not too long, because when you put it in the water for too long, it will oxidize too.
Chia seeds, do we have to grind, or can we just
No,
already
it's very tiny. It's very tiny.
Or grow your own.
So you drink the water and the seed.
You shake it, you see, and then and you drink. Slowly, one sip at a time, every 15 minutes or every half an hour. So you need only 500 milliliters on the bottle, and you have 3 teaspoons in there. You can drink for the whole day.
Is that what you do?
Good recommendation.
I usually treat for the patient around 180 or 200, 220. But just lately, I have one patient, he needs surgery. But because the sugar level too high, all the way above 330. But lucky he not get into this coma yet. And then he only after a week go back to normal.
Oh wow.
Go back to normal. The doctor really surprised. In Paris, I have some patient. After 2.5 months, he kicked off all the cholesterol, diabetic medication, and high blood pressure.
I think it's flaxseed.
Only with the brown rice diet, only nothing else. Just with the brown rice diet. And cut half of the dinner. Cut half dinner, and with the brown rice diet after 2.5 months, 2 medication for the blood pressure, 1 for cholesterol, 1 for diabetic. And the doctor surprised because he think that the medication works really well. And then the patient will give the whole bunch of medication. After 2 hours at the noon break, the doctor wrote to the patient house and asking, how can you show me where to buy the brown rice to treat for his own condition.
All it was brown rice or other things as well?
Other thing, but we correct the diet. Like I will show you the diet maybe tomorrow. And next year, we may have a retreat, and I will show how to do the shopping, how to do the cooking properly.
And with the brown rice, because you said the first day that the brown rice you're used to is really dark brown. It has the whole husk, whereas ours, some of the husk is gone, isn't it?
But this one not really the brown rice. The one we eat not really brown rice.
Well, thank you.
So you said true brown rice, it takes about an hour to cook.
And it's a good one. It's not floppy like it's more sticky, the taste is sweeter.
Oh.
And then it's softer. When you not cook, it's really hard. But after probably cook, you can leave 2 or 3 days. It's still soft. It still smell good. Still taste good. So far that for diabetic and some common disease. We will go deeper in the last day and add more recipe for that one. And now, is there any other question you would like to bring it up for tonight? Okay. So you go first, yeah.
Do you have any experience of people with ME, chronic fatigue syndrome?
Chronic fatigue?
Chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah.
Do you, what help can you give to them?
Actually, that condition mainly by our mental stress. Sometimes at the very young age, before the puberty, or sometimes when we hit at the age when we start to have the new life. That when you get married or you get a new job, something like that. It's too stressful and you are in a depressed state. And our central nervous system is stressed out and it shuts down. When it's recovery, it's not full recovery. That's why the energy channel be blocked. When the energy channel be blocked, the nutrition cannot flow evenly to the muscle, to the nerve, to the blood vessel. That's why it cannot dilate completely. It not flow evenly, so the patient got run out of energy before they can continue the work. Before the natural force can fill up fully. So the recommendation for that, first we need to eliminate any kind of food have a negative effect, like sugar, like processed food. Anyone it's been processed or it have no life force, and we let the patient out in the nature more. Practice sitting meditation, walking meditation, or just basically do walking meditation in the nature to come back to ourselves, follow our breath as deep, as slow as possible, and if possible we combine with yoga or Tai Chi to stretch the muscle, let the energy channel clear up. And when the patient out in the nature, especially in the morning, the energy, the life force is very strong. And when the muscle or the blood vessel relax and the force now they is strong enough, boom, it kick any obstacle block on the way through. And if we can bring that patient in the middle of the strong field, Sangha, sitting in the circle, connect hand to hand, we go out late, we connect together, and the energy of the Sangha will synchronize and help to boost up the energy of that person.
My daughter has ME. She's
How old she is?
she'll be 26 in August, and she doesn't have the energy to do yoga, and she can't walk very far. She has to go in a wheelchair if she's got to go any distance.
And then most of the time we are the brainwash, or we have the wrong message. The doctor or the medical system or the family member just say you are the patient, you are the sicker, okay, you are disability. So all of that negative input make the patient think that they are the disadvantaged person, they are disability, okay, they have no capacity, okay, to recover. We have to encourage and let them know that, okay, they have a full capacity for recover. They are the strong person, physically and mentally. But first we have to encourage in the higher level. That means the psychology first. And then slowly let the patient out to the nature. And with the support of the group, and all the way encourage in a positive direction. Otherwise it will go downhill. Not even that disease, the very simple diabetic or hypertension, when we accept that is a chronic disease and we depend on the medical personnel, we depend on the medication, our immune system will go downhill, and we depend on the medication for life, and it's worse and worse when we get older, when our immune system becomes weaker. That is a very simple condition and we can correct it very simply. But if we depend on that, and then okay, it's worse. And compared to the other more severe condition like chronic fatigue syndrome or multiple sclerosis or terminal ill or cancer or HIV or something like that, it's much more severe. And if we not encourage the patient and we give the wrong message, the negative message, and that input into the mental state, and the patient become weaker and weaker, and they think they have no way to recover. Alright, next one.
I would like to ask you, you talk about the fasting, which is better to do 7 days instead of 7-10 days instead of 1 day a week. My question is, for a beginner that I never done any
Beginner,
fasting,
yeah, first time.
How can you arrive to do 7-10 days, and what are you having during the fasting?
First, you have to have knowledge and the belief.
Yeah.
And not use the term of fasting,
Right.
but I use the term of purification.
Right.
Okay. And then secondly, I already share with you the 4 different kinds of nutrition.
Right.
That means if we at the same time we feed our body 4 different kinds of nutrition at the same time, but different ratio, right? So now when we do purification, that means we don't want to give the body more solid. So we give, instead of that, we give the liquid. Instead of give the body the low level of nutrition, now we give the body high energy level. So we input less, but the energy come out more. So when you have that belief, you have that knowledge, you feel confident. And when you feel confident, okay, all the worriness disappears. And you just follow the instruction and you will okay. That is one of the obstacles, the biggest issue for the people practice first time fasting. Because most of us when they think about, oh, fasting, that means I don't eat anything. Impossible, right?
It's a bit of more is how to cope with the mind that is probably start to want.
Right, because most of us
The
didn't
mind.
know we have 4 kind of nutriment and 4 different level of energy. And usually, okay, we think we need to have a food to input every day. When we have a late meal, about 15 minutes, half an hour, for some people, okay, they feel dizzy, angry, and upset, right? So how can we go 1 day or 2 days without anything in our stomach, and we worry, right? We scared. No, if I don't eat anything, I will die. But now we already learned that we have 4 different kinds of nutriment, and the higher level, the higher energy. Secondly, we know if we not give our body solid food, we can give the liquid, right? So simple, we just substitute, not abandon, not eliminate that. We eliminate the toxin, but we not eliminate nutrition or the energy. See? Secondly, we know that in our body have a lot of bacteria, a lot of old cells or abnormal cells. We need to get rid of that. But now this is the opportunity for our body to go around, to use up, to recycle all that one, to clean our body. You see? Yeah. So when we have all of that in mind, so we don't worry that we don't provide anything for our body. Just we substitute this one by the other one. Instead of I drink coffee or wine, now I drink juice. Instead of eat bread or pasta, now eat brown rice. Instead of eat the solid food, now I eat the liquid food. That's it. If we have that in mind, so we don't have any worriness, and we're confident in that is the first form to support for our fasting purification. And it's simple. Let's just follow. This is the simplest method. I use only drinking water, some lemon to make it have a taste and have a smell. Right, easy. And sometimes, okay, if we have more lemon, we can have the sour flavor to help the food go to direct into the liver, because the liver is accept the sour flavor, the kidney accept the salty flavor, the spleen accept the sweet flavor. But we need to clean the liver, is the most important. So that's why we use the sour flavor, that's the lemon. And we use some salt at the osmotic to extract more water into our gastrointestinal tract. So we can use any kind of salt. I'm not recommend the lactulose because that is a sweetener. And according to the Western philosophy, when we do purification, we use osmotic mechanism, so we can use anything. But according to the Eastern philosophy, we not only try to extract the water to pour down the gastrointestinal tract, to extract the material, I mean the toxin, we also want to extract the negative air, the cold air stuck in our body. So that's why we need something very yang, and salt is the most powerful source of yang. The sugar is very zinc, so it's no good. with the Western philosophy, okay, but with the Eastern philosophy, I'm not recommend the lactulose, the sweetener. And then we have olive oil, sesame oil for the first days in the evening. Because after the first 2 days we already clean up everything about 90% or 80%, depend on how big your belly. So at least it's almost empty in the small and in the large intestine. Now on the Thursday evening we start pouring juice, apple juice or grapefruit juice with a little bit salt in there to let all the duct be dilated out, to soften. So by the time when 9:30 or 9:45, we drink 4 ounce 120 milliliters of olive oil. We mix with juice and with lemon. So our body normally accepts around 30 milliliters of oil. But now no food, nothing in the stomach, and on the sudden it receives a lot of oil. The reaction is the gallbladder and the liver have to have capacity to produce real quick a lot of the bile acid and the enzyme to break down. So when it produces real fast and a lot, the high amount, and then it has to push out with that strong force and a high volume, it pushes out all of the material, all of the stone gets stuck in there. You see, otherwise normally if we hear the small amount, it secretes slowly, the force is too weak, and if we have a food in there, it cannot be dilated on the duct, so the big stone cannot get out. Okay, so on the, and then also we use it at night time, not in the daytime, because night time is time for synthesize cholesterol. So when it see a lot of oily fatty substance in here, like extract like all of the bad cholesterol in our body, because to the conference in here, and then it will be pushed down, get rid of our body. So it will clean up completely, not only the hard substance, the stone, the material, the ingredient, but also all the bad cholesterol in our body. And after that, on the morning of the 4th day, you can collect the germ, the crystal, because sometimes it have a dark flow or dark purple stone, and the oil will come around that, and it will float on the top of the toilet bowl.
Just a question, while you fasting, are you also spending also, I'm sorry, but are you pooing also while you're fasting, or you just pee? You're pooing also? I mean,
we need to have a bowel movement. We need to have the bowel movement at least once a day.
Okay, and is happening?
Yeah, if not, in here, I already say very clearly,
If not?
the note every day.
Are you intending to email this to us?
I was just
Yeah.
thinking, I think we should.
Yeah. If you do not, have a bowel movement in the morning,
right.
you should add one more dose of the laxative. That means the salt, the laxative, to get rid of that. Every day we need to have at least one bowel movement. So actually we have many different ways of laxative. We can use naturally the table salt. We can use some herbal medicine. It have a capacity, it have the property for laxative too, like Senokot, like some other the lemongrass leaf. Yeah, we have many different one, but the strongest one is the table salt, the sodium chloride. And every day,
That's the strongest laxative, salt.
yeah, it only contraindicate in first the patient with high blood pressure not controlled.
Yeah.
Secondly, the patient have the edema, kidney problem for a long time. And thirdly, people allergy to that.
People
Have allergy.
Yeah, allergy.
Because some people can accept a small amount only. When
Yeah.
they have a high amount, they will vomit.
Yeah.
Mhm. Otherwise, we can use the table salt is the strongest one. It's not only to help, as I explained, it's not only to help to get rid of the solid material by the osmotic suction. It also helps to suck out, to extract all the negative, the bad air in our body, especially for people with the distension belly or people with arthritis.
What quantities would you use then?
Huh?
How would you mix it? How much salt, water?
That depends, because the advantage for this method, and then we are learning to apply mindfulness, observe and watch our body reaction. So that's why it's not fixed though for everyone. The same that for you, but the first days we usually have a normal bowel movement without the laxative, right? Because we just ate yesterday.
Yeah.
So the next day, tomorrow, we should have bowel movement naturally. So in case some people stress because of fasting purification, they worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we have a little bit stress, depending on how much you have stress, it shut down and it tie up the anal.
Yeah.
We cannot. Even though when we go to the different place, not your home, and okay, you have a stress, okay, tie up.
Yeah.
So in that case, we need only 1 teaspoon. Some people need 5 doses.
Wow.
Still not going out. Yeah, I have one. My brother, he's English. He live in London, but he live in Plum Village. So before you don't remember last month they have a West Cup tour, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Pháp Linh.
Papelin,
No.
English monk.
Pháp Lai.
Oh, Papelai.
Yeah, Pháp Lai. He very stressed. After 5 doses of table salt and 1 dose of olive oil,
Wow.
he still not get it out. Yeah, so that's what depends. And then from the next day, the second day, it's much harder to get it out because the amount of feces now is less,
Yes.
and the movement of the GI now is slower because we don't eat anything.
Yeah.
So sometimes we need to have a 2 teaspoons or 3 teaspoons. You see, so it varies. We have to listen to our body's reaction. That's why I put in here. If you don't have a bowel movement, you just need to add 1 more dose. And after 2 or 3 hours, if you don't have that, we add another dose. The minimum every day we should have at least 1 bowel movement. So for what? Because we need to get it out.
Yes.
Otherwise
So
you
that
won't
means the
hear
water
it.
can go down. If it gets stuck here, okay, the water cannot go down, and it has to penetrate through the intestinal wall, and it go into the bloodstream, and it go out by the urine. It's no good. We want to clean up the the lock in setting, that is more toxin in here. So every day at least 1 bowel movement. Secondly, some people they may have the feeling of dizziness or weakness on the second day. Don't worry, because it have at least 2 different mechanisms. The first mechanism because we stop supply the output, the input, right? We no longer bring the food from outside in, so the body not know how to adapt to yield the internal energy yet. So this is the time, the intermediate time for switching from the external to internal. But that's not important. The second mechanism is more important, because after the first day, it almost empties 70% of all the feces in our intestine. Now all the organs, they say, oh, now this one clear. All the trash, they dump out. So when every organ, every cell dump out the trash, the toxin, suddenly the toxic level bump up, and your body cannot handle that. So that's why you feel tired. We just need to bring more fluid to wash it out. That's it. And if after we drink a lot of fluid to wash out, and you will feel better. And we can add some more honey, a little bit honey, to first to give some sweet, some sugar. Secondly, to comfort our mind. I give you something. Psychologically, I give you something. So it has the psychological effect and the physical effect. So that is the only thing we should take in consideration. And every day I will show very detailed the morning, the lunch, and the dinner. And first day, second day, the same thing. For the third day, we do the same thing in the morning and in the afternoon. Only at bedtime, in the evening, we should drink the juice or the laxative to let the duct, in the gallbladder and in the liver dilate and soften, so it gets ready for the oil to get in and for the stone to get out. And that's it. Some people may have the feeling of nausea when we drink this mixture. To make it easy for drinking, we should dilute 120 milliliter of olive oil with about 100 or 120 milliliter of grapefruit juice or apple juice. We have a little bit table salt in there, and we have a straw. We put in the jar and we shake, and we put the straw and we suck it completely in there. Don't leave it on the top of tongue, because when it hits the top of our tongue, some people they may have an allergy of the smell of the olive oil, so they have the feeling of nausea. But if we put at the end of our tongue, it's not very sensitive to that smell, so we are okay. And that's it. And the next morning we will collect. Next morning we will drink another one to help to suck down more water to get it through easily. And after the 4 days, you feel almost normal. No more hungry, no more tired, and feel lighter, more awake, more alert. And if you exercise regularly, you will feel stronger and more durable. especially it's very important during the purification. We need to exercise more and meditate more, because when we exercise, all the muscle have an opportunity to slide, to crush whatever gets stuck in between the layer. It pushes out. And it also helps the blood flow faster and easier. So all the toxin will be dumped out faster. The body will have more capacity to search, to detect for all of the no good bacteria or abnormal cell, old cell, and it will destroy or it will recycle all that at the source of protein or nutrition internally. If we not exercise, all the glycogen stored in the muscle, all the fatty acid, all the adipose tissue cannot be burned out, cannot be recycled. So that's why we need to exercise at least 2 hours a day. And also this is the
during the purification.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon at least. The more you exercise, the more energy you have, because it will burn down all of the glycogen stored in the muscle. It will burn out all the adipose tissue. It will recycle all the dead old cell, all of bad bacteria.
Isn't it hard to exercise though when you haven't got any calories in you?
No, that's why we had the wrong method. Now we had to exercise to burn all of that one, to provide energy for our body. If we not exercise, we don't have a calorie, because we have no nutrition outside. So now we have to yield internally.
Right. Yes.
So that's why most of people they mess up. How can I exercise? I don't eat anything. But if you don't exercise, they cannot burn out all the glycogen on the adipose tissue.
So the exercise is going to make it available.
Yeah. And also, especially for people, obesity people, they have the wrong method, the wrong pathway. Whatever we eat, instead of burning and providing energy for the body activity, it usually goes to synthesize for the storage and for the adipose tissue. And when the body have a low energy or low carbohydrate at the glucose level, again it requires to input more. When we eat more, and then instead of burn it out to provide the energy and the glucose for the activity, now it goes to this pathway for storage and convert to adipose tissue. Now is the time to correct the pathway. So that means we just burn all of what's stored in our body. So after we burn out all that one, it will shut down this pathway, and it will get used to the upper pathway. That means whatever provide, put it in, has to burn out directly right away to provide energy for the body. So after fasting, it will correct the pathway and no longer for storage, but for direct consuming. The only thing we need to take in consideration, that means we need to meditate more during the purification, to listen to our body, to correct our illusion, to entraining our mind. Because normally we are living in illusion. our eyes bigger than our stomach. We eat, we swallow faster than we can chew, and our body gives the signal, but we ignore. We suppress it, we override the message. But now the time for us to listen to our body, to recognize on the message from our body, so that after we finish the purification, we can have a new life, a correct, at least less illusion, but not completely enlightened. Hopefully, okay, we can have enlightenment during the time of purification. But be careful. Everything I share, we always follow the middle way. Because we are living in a relative world. If we not pay attention, if we go to any extreme, we will get in trouble. Because the good benefit of purification is clean up our body, right? Get rid of the toxin, get rid of whatever obstacle, obstruction. But the negative effect will have the same if we're not careful after we finish the purification. Why is that? Before fasting for purification, we had a lot of mucus stick around our intestinal wall. So the fan, the filter, very thick, right? So if the nutrition not get through, we eliminate that. The same token, the toxin still be blocked. But after purification, on the filter, the fan here be removed. Now it's only one very thin intestinal wall. So if we eat the same amount like before, that means our eye bigger than our stomach. We will gaining weight faster than before. That's why people fail. Most of the losing weight program fail because they don't know it. And because they don't meditate during the purification time to listen to their body, to training their mind. You see, that's why I say very important for meditate, to train your mind, to listen to your body, and to correct on the wrong pathway. And the same token, if we still follow the old diet, that means we need to have the stimulant, we need to have the ingredient, the spicy, the bad food, the bad drink, coffee, wine, or any processed food. That means it has a toxin in there. Now the barrier no longer there, the filter no longer there. The toxin boom get through easily. So you get toxic right away, the level going up, and your body now is clean, it's purified already. It's not get used to handle like before, and you get sick because boom, the toxic level go up too fast. See, so that's why we need to listen to our body and train our mind during that time by meditation. And if we're doing that properly, okay, we are the new person, and we enlighten the insight and the wisdom coming out from that. See, So be careful. That's why the whole process of purification, the first 3 days, it accounts for about 25%. Because the most people fail. They fail within the first 3 days. The second day is the hardest one. The first day nothing, but the second day because the body have a low energy input and the toxic level run high, so they usually fail on the second day. Sometimes they fail on the third day because the body slowly adapts to the new state. But if we pass the first 3 days, after that easy. That's why the first 3 days it accounts for 25% of the process. And doesn't matter how long you go, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, 21 days, or 6 weeks at 5. I give my patients 6 to 7 weeks, almost account for only 25% more. So the first half of purification process 50%, and the first 3 days account for 25%. And after we break the fast, we resume the eating. The first week account for about 25 to 30%. And if you can prolong that from month to year, it gets another 20 to 25%. Otherwise, after a week, you either get sick or you gain weight real fast. Yeah. And that we fail. We totally fail. Fail it much worse than the first 3 days. Yeah, because the first 3 days you're not gaining weight, you not get sick because the toxin get through your body. But after the fast, the nutrition get in faster, gaining weight faster, and also not because have no barrier. The food coming in from the top of our mouth, our nose, our tongue. After we fast, after we clean up, the butt become more sensitive. We smell very tiny, far away, very sensitive. So it absorbs, it extracts right away. When we eat, after 7 days or 10 days empty, now we taste it so good, even though only a little bit potato or a very tiny bread without butter, without honey, without anything, with all